Hey, welcome back to GeekHead. I'm your host, Crazy Nate, and today we're going to be talking about the deconstruction of how I turned this grimy old garage into an epic studio. So let's get going. I know this is long overdue, but I kept my word. Just took a little while. And today I'm going to walk you through what this room looked like before I demolished it and the whole process of demolishing it. Now this is going to be multiple videos because this was a huge project. This took me several months. So here we go. Here you can see we have a quick little walk around of the room. You can see the door, it's okay. I didn't like it though. I replaced everything. I replaced the door, and right next to the fireplace you have kerosene lanterns. I don't know if this was like 1800s. Kidding, the house isn't that old. But that is a fire hazard, and we have tons of electronics, so we're not going to have that hanging out in the studio. That fireplace also had to go. That fireplace had cracks in it, dust in it, dirt in it. When you burn fire, it makes dust, and obviously you don't want dust around a bunch of electronics, so it had to go. Also, dead birds inside it, that's disgusting. And did I mention mold? Also, the cool lighting fixtures, those had to go. Some of them didn't even have a ground going to them, which I'm not an electrician, but I would say that's probably a safety issue. I know all the electrician warriors are gonna say it's not. But it's ugly lighting anyway, so I had to go. Those ugly brown boxes holding it in. It's just dated. Disgusting blinds covering other disgusting blinds. Both of those little reading nooks, I think is what they're called. The windows were rotted out. Literally, the wood framing of it was falling apart. Obviously, they kept the dog in this room. You can see it decided to chew through the door. And those disgusting closets. I ripped all that out. I'll show you in a little bit what was behind those walls. Super disgusting. And some of you might be thinking, oh, the wood paneling, it looks so nice. You should save the wood paneling. Don't destroy it, Crazy Nate. See the window? See the fan in the window? See the fan by the door? This house had a wonderful smell to it. I had to get like 4 fans, and I made a draft going through the whole house, blowing air in one way, blowing air out the other way, because... And for those of you saying like, oh, maybe it was a finance thing or something, look, this is just a rag with water. Look what it does to the wall. They just didn't keep their house very clean, which is fine if that's the way you want to live, but that's not the way I'm living. Also, you see that little raised floor they built? That had to go too. There's tons of little surprises under there, which we'll get to in a second, but this is what the room looked like and smelled like. I wish I could tell you what it smelled like. But yeah, and the back door, obviously that's not the safest door to have for a studio, so the door with the doggy door, that got taken out too. And we replaced that door. So here's a little time travel. That's what it looks like from the outside, those windows. You can see if you zoomed in, the wood rot. Here's me with flip-flops. I just got there, the moving truck's out in the window, and I'm like, let's get these disgusting fabric blinds that are absorbing the smell out of here and waste no time. I know it seems like I was like MIA last year, but I was actually super busy behind the scenes, and I just gutted this whole thing. Like, I didn't waste any time. I just got it all out. It took an entire dumpster. You want to see how much stuff came out of this room? Watch a time lapse of this dumpster. Now let's jump backwards in time, and you can see my past self explaining what's going on here. We got the boxes taken out. Box taken out, lights taken. That one's hanging. All the lights are gonna come down, and taking all the wood paneling off. And it's a good thing we did, because that is mold. So that drywall right there is gonna get replaced. And we got mold killer coming. And yeah. All the power outlets are going to get replaced. I got tamper resistant ones. That's the first one installed.
Eventually a kid can stick a knife in any one of these and they won't get shot.
And as you can see, all that wonderful black stuff behind the wonderful cute wooden boards, that's all black mold. Ugh. So that means the boards had to go, the drywall had to go. Guess what? Mold behind the drywall, insulation had to go. And then we had to spray mold killer. There's a little shelving right here you can sit on and store stuff. Here you can see some of the wiring. No ground wire, exposed wires just dangling all over the place, having no clue where they go to. Some of them were wired up to stuff, others weren't. And then the wood flooring is like this laminate flooring, and you're thinking, oh, you should have just left it and mopped it. No, we should have just left it and mopped it. Oh. So don't worry, I'm gonna pull up the wood flooring and show you. Check this out. This is what the wood flooring looks like once we ripped it up. That's right. They put laminate flooring on top of carpet. So that wasn't cool. And obviously the carpet worked as a sponge and it soaked up all the nastiness, and then the nastiness couldn't escape. So that's right. We had tons of mold underneath the carpet as well. So the carpet had to go. And then once again, mold cleaner had to mop the concrete, get it nice and spotless clean. So this is a bonus room. It was a 2-car garage, and this is going to be the filming studio. I'm going to put the green screen there. I'm going to board up these windows. I know it's sad, but this whole thing will be a green screen. This platform, we're taking that out, and then this is going to be like the editing area, and then there's mold all everywhere, so we have to take it out for the mold, and then we're going to take the fireplace out because it's cracked and it's not sealed right. And the supports, this house is terrible. But yeah, so it's a pretty big room, so it's nice, like I can close that door and it'll be away from the rest of the house, so I can just enjoy editing, working area, and then living life area, and it's not in the same spot anymore. Look at this. Oh, look at that wall. Ugh. So then I got my buddy GeekHead. He came out and he helped me. He knows a lot about servers and stuff, and I built my own server closet in the studio because obviously I have tons of movies and tons of footage that I have to store somewhere. So he helped me figure out how big I need for the server closet. I didn't want to waste any space because I actually had a movie closet. So right here on the right, that's going to be a movie closet, and then on the left, that's going to be the server closet, and then the other little closet up there on the little balcony, whatever you would call that, that will be just a random prop closet, which I have to dedicate an entire other room in the house to props because I have too much props. And then they had this little cubby up above the closet on the far right. I ripped that cubby out and I basically made that closet go from floor to ceiling. These are 9-foot ceilings, I think. I'll double check and verify. So I want to pack in as many movies as possible because I got a ton of movies to store. So the server closet is going to be in the middle. In case you're a nerd and you want to know, you're trying to make your own studio or something, the insulation I replaced with is rock wall insulation. It's supposed to be less flammable, harder to start on fire than traditional fiberglass. The drywall is ripped out from all the closets, all the walls, and then just let it air out. Lo and behold, behind the wall that's going to be the future movie closet, we found mouse poop, dead mice, mouse tracks, mouse roads. It was Mouse City behind that wall. So obviously all that got gutted, sterilized, and good thing I ripped that wall out. That wall's not even a wall going outside. That's a wall between the future studio and the house. So good thing that wall got ripped out. And what I'm going to do with that in the future video is I'm going to insulate that with soundproof insulation just to keep the noise from the house from going into the studio as well. And so that's pretty much the gutting process. And also the ceilings, it had popcorn ceiling. And I went up in the attic and took out any wires that didn't have a dedicated home that were just floating around, trying to start a fire in the future. Ripped all that out. And yeah, ripped out those ugly boxes and ripped out the fluorescent light fixtures on the ceiling. Then we removed the stage, and this stage, I'll give them credit, they did build a stage pretty good because it did not want to come up. But eventually I ripped the stage out and found massive electric cables underneath, which I did call an electrician just to double check, make sure I was unplugging the right one before I started ripping it out. Got that out. They had a water line, ripped that out, ripped out the stage completely, because obviously you want the studio to be a complete flat floor. The camera can roll around on its tripod and stuff, and you're not tripping over stuff, and you got server racks and stuff you're rolling. It just makes more sense if the entire floor is flat. The stage had to go. And then the steps, ripped the steps out. I was gonna replace them with my own steps later that I can trust. So yeah, that's the deconstruction part of the studio. If you want to see the entire process, make sure you subscribe so you're notified when I release the next part, putting the thing back together, and you'll be quite amazed and maybe get a little humor out of some of the mistakes. I'll share my mistakes and successes on the process in case you're making your own studio or you're just nosy and you want to see my studio. So smash the subscribe button, also like, and yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. If I didn't get this out in time for Christmas, I hope you had a Merry Christmas. If it's not, I knew I was going to get it done in time. Merry Christmas is my Christmas present from me to you. Thanks for watching. Share, smile, they are contagious. I'll see you in the next video when we start putting the studio back together.